Network of awareness makes your brain coherent. One of the fastest growing podcasts. You can hear it 24/7. You got listeners out in London, informationalists in Paris. The echo spreading out, no parrot. Just dissect, digest, and share it. The righteous rhymes hit the spirit. Click 90 times, it won't perish. Cause y'all's the mind ain't no fairy tale like the belly our parents. It's time to rise, don't get wary. United minds, it's apparent. Download every single errand, but most ain't fit to catch it, even if they were Larry. Interviews, the interludes, they enter you, taking you on a journey like no other. It places you in a state of awareness. It's your fault if you hate the truth, cause Yahweh's on his way, my brother. Better change your views. All praise to Yah.
Hello, positive people. You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness podcast radio station, giving you in-depth information on society and culture in America and abroad, with messages of inspiration, with keen insights, reputable interviews, and much more. So now, without further ado, your host of the Network of Awareness podcast, Aura, the informationalist.
Peace and greetings and welcome to the Network of Awareness. I'm Aura the Informationalist, your host, owner, and founder of the Network of Awareness. And I'm coming to you live today on Saturday. And for all of you that are enjoying your Sabbath, enjoy it. Enjoy your rest and relaxation over the weekend. Those that are doing their thing, spending time with their family, eating their burgers and hot dogs and, just enjoying this beautiful weather out here, wherever you are, because it is summertime. I'm here in the Tampa Bay area, so it's like summertime all year round, but today is pretty hot. It's July 2nd, people. We're in July. And it is approximately 1:05 p.m. And I'm doing this live broadcast only because I didn't want to do a pre-record. So I said I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not going to join this broadcast, if not any, which is perfectly fine. This is more for a makeup show from Testament Thursday. And this particular show is called Proof is in the Pudding, baby. So it really much is. And we're going to discuss that. We're going to talk about a couple other things today. But what we're also going to do is going to play a little bit more music, which we didn't get to do yesterday. We did play some music, but I wanted to make sure that the guest, which was Sister Brittany, had enough time to talk and for people to get to know her as much as possible and what she does. And I got to say, man, Sister Brittany, man, she did, for somebody who's never done a show, like who's never been on a show or, basically somebody that, just doesn't do this on the regular, she did an awesome job, man. She really did in answering the questions. Shout out to my brother from Germany, my brother Kent, getting it crunk up in here. Thank you for joining, brother. I'm glad you did join because I don't get to see you sometimes. I know because of time schedule. So welcome, brother. Today's show is gonna be, we're gonna have some fun, but we're gonna talk about proof is in the pudding, and we're gonna talk about things that make sense, things that have validity to them, things that people do that support what you do, and recognizing what is real opposed to recognizing what is not, or what is just tolerated and not really supported. So we're going to discuss a lot of that. Shout outs to Wifey that's in the chat room. And let's get this show started, right? And why not? Let's start with some music. And like I was saying on my live IG that I just did, brothers and sisters, please excuse me if I'm not as vocal in my intensity as I normally am, but I can't strain my voice because I'm still at 70%. I still have this head cold, so my throat is not up to par, and I still have some pain in my head, but I'm doing a lot better, so we're going to do what we have to do. It's just going to be a little bit lower intensity than I normally do. So with that being said, let's get into some music, and then we'll start the show off right.
Stay to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
You know you're listening to the one and only Oxaca.
Yeah.
tuned in to the network of awareness.
Please just tell me what's happening to me in plain English without the mumbo jumbo. How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah. And that's how we do it at the Network of Awareness. All right. So welcome, brothers and sisters. I'm so happy to be alive today. All praise to the Most High for that. I haven't, the last time I got sick was last year from some food poisoning, but it affected me completely different than this one. But now here we go again. I buy some food and I get sick again. So I have to be even more careful in where I buy my food from. The last time it was something my brother bought me. This time it's a spot that I haven't went to in a while. Maybe it's for good reason. And it's this Cuban spot by my house that's just, the lady only accepts cash. So that's a telltale sign there. But I never really had no issues with her food. But I guess because she's not making that much money, she even increased her prices. She probably stored away some food or whatever. Food was definitely contaminated. And here I am now sick. But eventually, I'm going to be that dude that has fruits and vegetables growing in his backyard. Some way, somehow I'm going to do it. And I'm going to make that happen so I don't really have to rely on buying food from different places. It's going to be a lot less because I think growing your own food is the best way to go. And if anybody's ever grown, because I have friends that farm and stuff back in New York, and every time they would grow cucumbers or whatever. I had a friend that had strawberries, had another friend that had oranges. Oranges is big out here. Even my father grows oranges, and they're freaking good, man. It's just something about when you grow your own shit and it's not contaminated with most of the pesticides that are on it, but you can still take off those pesticides with some acidic water and then clean it off with alkaline water, and it tastes great. But yeah, people, I was messed up. It's still not 100%, but we are getting there. So one thing I want to mention in regards to proof is in the pudding is that it's very important that we support each other, that we support each other in this truth community, because many people don't. And there's a number of reasons. One of the main ones is ego. Ego is definitely probably, I'm going to say ego is probably the main culprit of why many of our brothers and sisters don't support each other. Ego. It's a motherfucker, man. Ego can make you believe that it doesn't even exist. So it is what it is. People are going to have egos that are very much inflated, and it's nothing you could do about it. That's a dumb problem. You just have to be able to recognize when people's egos are completely inflated, and you just have to, make a decision from there, because the ego, like in Revolver, where it says that the ego will fight to the very death to defend itself. And a lot of times people that are egoically driven can't see the ill ways or their errors. And a lot of it is because the ego blocks them from seeing that. And the ego says, fuck that. And today's show is proof is in the pudding, because you have to rock with people that are not allowing their ego to get the best of them, or any other negative form of thinking from connecting. and truly being supportive of you as you are supportive of them. Because at the end of the day, it's one thing to say something and it's a whole nother thing to do it. They said that's why there's that saying that actions speak louder than words. And brothers and sisters, be aware that there are people that you are supportive of. It could be people in your family. It could be your friends. It could be coworkers. But they're not really supportive of you. And you have to recognize that when these people are not really supportive of you, it's not important for you to put a lot of energy in being supportive to them. Because that energy could be put elsewhere into those that are supportive of you and focusing on those people and on that type of energy opposed to the reverse or the opposite. And I want to give a shout outs to all the people that follow me on all the different social media handles I'm on, and IG and TikTok and Twitter and Tumblr and on SoundCloud and Facebook and all these different places, right? But I definitely want to give a lot of props and shout outs to the people that follow me on Spreaker that come onto my shows, because you people are real, realer than I could have ever imagined. And that's why I'm always shouting y'all out, because it's very, you have to appreciate and give gratitude and respect to certain energy. And there's people in my chat room that come into my chat room on a weekly or monthly basis that their support of this network and of my works is it just says so much in the way they go about it. Because it's one thing, like I said, when the proof is in the pudding, it's one thing to say you support, but it's a whole nother realm when you're actually doing it, when you're doing the work, because it matters. And I see y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much because I see how you operate when it comes to supporting me. And damn, am I impressed. Damn, am I impressed. So salute to all the brothers and sisters that come into my chat room on a regular basis. And salute to all the people that download the show, because y'all really just been in this with me since June of 2020, man. And there's something, like you've heard me say this before, the first people that started downloading and listening to my show was people from France, from Europe, and from Canada, and from India. Like, those are the first people showing love. That's why I got to give shout outs to my brother Kent from Germany, because a lot of these places, they were showing love before the U.S. and the U.S. started trickling in after that. I had places like Florida and Illinois and New York, and I had Virginia, Georgia. I had a couple of places like South Carolina. And then slowly but surely started growing from there. And I got to give respect where respect is due, because that's how I grew up. I grew up where it's all about cooperation, not competition. And unfortunately, there's still people within these various communities or so-called communities that's still on that bullshit. They're still on that, just trying to degrade, in subliminal ways, shit that you do. And it's fucking tiresome when you support. But it's like, okay, how long do I want to tolerate this bullshit to where it becomes so damn obvious that it's, nothing else, no more lies that you can tell yourself. And that's pretty much the basis of this show, is that you have to, people, I'm telling you right now, you ever heard the saying that you have to focus on your strengths in order to strengthen your weaknesses? So you have to focus your strengths on strengthening your weaknesses. Very equivalent to what I said in a previous show where I said many of us are cursed and favored. Many of us are working through curses. Curses that we put on ourselves and curses that have been passed down from family. But many of us are having favor and curses at the same time. So we're utilizing our favor to work in overcoming our curses. And I say that because I think that it's very equivalent when giving description to what I'm talking about in regards to supporting those who support you. That is the same analogy when I think about it. Give me 1 second, people. Okay. Thought we was having some technical difficulties. If we do, I'm going to have to unplug my device here and I'll be back on here. Give me 1 second. All right. So it's the same thing, same analogy when giving description on how, when it comes to supporting each other, we have to support those who support us and focus our energy on that so we can strengthen the future support of whatever it is we got going on. Because if you put a lot of energy into supporting people who don't really support you, then you're not really going to get far in building more support in what you got going on. And I hope this is making sense because sometimes I tend to speak in analogies a lot, but that's the best way I can give descriptions to some of the things that I discuss. And in this regard, the best analogy I can give you is that we use our favors to work through our curses. We use our strengths to strengthen our weaknesses. And we have to support those who truly support us in order to get more support and recognition for what we actually have going on. It could be an entrepreneurial venture in any shape or form, whether you're selling food, whether you're selling different types of products, whether you're selling information, whether you're selling art or something of artistic values, music, whatever it is. If you focus your energy on being supportive to those who support you, the support will grow. It's one thing I learned being in the health insurance industry is that we used to go to clients. Our best clients were the ones that were very supportive of us as agents. So, for example, me in particular, I had certain agencies, certain store owners, anywhere from mechanics to medical offices to police stations or people who had little restaurants or food trucks, or they had a dog grooming place, whatever it is. If there was somebody who was very supportive of what I had going on, as far as what I was selling, those were the people that brought you so much business because they spoke so well of you on a consistent basis. They were the ones that would bring you up a lot in conversation to other people to let them know that you exist. They were the ones that if they had their store, they have your business cards with your pamphlets all nice in the front of their store. And if somebody said, hey, what's this? Oh, yeah, that's my guy that he sells this, and that. You need to check him out. Take a look at it. Take it with you. Those type of people. We loved those type of people because those were your best clients, because not only were they your clients, right? They had your product, but they were also very supportive of your product. Why? Because they knew you was real. They liked the services that you convey for them. They loved the support that you give them. So they gave it back to you. And they gave it to you consistently because you were doing such great work. And when you would go to those people, you know how many referrals they would give you? You see, the guy that I would come across that I would sell policies to just needed the policy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely wasn't interested in anything else. And a lot of times they got these policies for whatever scheme or something they had going on or some last minute thing they're trying to be cautious of to protect themselves from. But there would be those guys that say, yeah, I support you, but they really don't. And then you would never get any referrals from them. You know, you probably wouldn't even see them a second time, you know, because a lot of times they were full of shit. And a lot of times those dudes wouldn't even pay their premium for 3 months straight or a year straight or whatever. And those are the people we didn't focus on, because I'd rather focus my energies when it comes to business on people that are more supportive, because I'm going to get more out of it for the business that I'm doing. It's going to keep me active, right? I'm going to deal with the person that is giving me those referrals and that's, has nothing but good things to say and says it with passion, doesn't just wash over you and just like treat you like, oh yeah, this is the insurance guy. He's all right. That type of energy. These are people that are very passionate about promoting you. And those are the best clients. And that's what I mean by proof is in the pudding, people, is that the proof is in the pudding when it comes to this, because there's going to be people who show results in their supportism. Now, I know that's not a real word, but I just made it up. Supportism. There's people that have a high percentage of proof and works and effort in proving their supportism. And then there's others that they're very low on the spectrum. Some are so low that they have very little to none at all. And you have to ask yourself, do you want to focus your energy in building whatever enterprise, business, or any type of creation that's coming from you that you want people to start taking notice of, to share your gifts and talents? Do you really want to focus your energy on the people who are not supportive? Because usually the people that are not that supportive and act like they are, they really trying to throw shade on your shit too. Like they're trying to throw little innuendos and little subliminal messages about your shit. And you just are like, okay, all right. But do you want to focus your energy on that? Because you can, but it's not going to get you nowhere. It's not going to make you highly successful. And, speaking of success, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was talking to a coach that is a professional podcasting coach, because he's been in the industry for over 20 years, very well established. And I was telling him about my situation in regards to how many downloads I have, what's my average per month, and about all the shadow banning and censorship that I've gotten since I started talking about the vaccines and the science appliance and, and all that stuff. And he had told me, like, even though that's happening to me, he says that, having close to 18,000 downloads is not a bad deal considering the circumstances. He said it's highly successful and that just keep doing what I'm doing, which I told him I was anyway. But he said I shouldn't look at it like it's not much. I should look at it like it's something, because most people don't even pass 10 episodes when podcasting, and I'm up to 348. And that's just on one podcast. That's not even on the other one. So I had to, sit back and be like, you know what? I'm being too hard on myself considering the circumstances. And people, what I realized too, is one of the reasons why I've been shadow banned is because when I look back at my work, I was telling wifey about this. I realized that I was talking about things regarding the pandemic in many different aspects way before anybody else. Matter of fact, a lot of things that I discussed in 2020, going into the beginning of 2021, much of what I discussed wasn't presented until just recently, about 4 or 3 months ago in 2022. Now all this stuff is coming out. Because I was one of the first podcasters that really went in when educating people about the pandemic and also the science appliance. Some people call it the jab or whatever. But I was educating people about it in more ways than one early. And after doing a series and even having an immunologist on my show from Sri Lanka and doing an in-depth show with her and other people that I had on the show where I would bring up that topic and they had their input on it, especially when a lot of the people that even that they had professional backgrounds in medicine, they still gave their input from a spiritual perspective when it came to that. And that started waking people up. And that's when I started getting censored a lot and banned in certain countries. So even though my Google search engine optimization is high as fuck, something my friend told me in mid last year, he was like, bro, you're all over fucking Google. He's like, how did you do that? I said, I don't know, but I am. I'm highly ranked in Google when it comes to network of awareness. But even though I'm highly ranked in that search engine, they put a block on certain countries that used to download my shit. So what I found this out in the beginning of this year, is that those people are still getting to listen to my show and they're still downloading my show. But something that they do, the techies and that do all this distribution for all these different podcast providers, because Spreaker belongs to iHeartRadio, and then iHeartRadio belongs to another company, and so on and so forth. So this all gets, regulated. And they told me, like, they're still listening to you, but you're not getting credited for it. And that's why I tried to do a couple of different things in the way I approached this, but I had to just go back to what I know and just say, fuck it. If I'm going to be shadow banned, I'm going to take this shit to TV, and I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I'm not going to talk cryptically. I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut. And on my TV network, I'm going to go back into giving you the raw, uncut description with some visualization behind it to why this fucking science appliance is so fucked up, amongst other things. There's a book that I'm going to discuss where the author and her family disappeared after she wrote it and published it. All right. It's going to be really good on my show. And another thing about my show too on TV is, just like how I'm doing these audibly, I'm going to be doing one of these a week on the TV channel. And then eventually I'm going to do it live. I'm going to do a live broadcast on TV, and then it'll get saved for rotation for the programming. But I'm going to do these shows for 2 to 3 hours once a week, which would be part of the subscriptions, amongst other things that are going to be on the network. And I'm excited about it because I know that that's not going to be shadow banned. I know that that's just going to be available to whoever wants to purchase the subscription. And it's going to be that simple. And I'm looking forward to that. But back to proof is in the pudding, people. We have to focus on our strengths to strengthen our weaknesses. We have to focus on utilizing our favors to work through our curses. And we have to support those who truly support us and focus our energy on those that truly support us. Because that is going to help us grow in the support that we're getting to get even more support. And that has been like that since forever. That is something that has never changed and is always going to be like that. I think some of us get caught up when people mention us or speak well of us in a brief conversation, and we think that that's support, but it really isn't. Support comes with a level of commitment and dedication to being supportive of other people. And it's just a fact. It's undeniable fact at that. So let's take an instrumentation and we'll be back. We're going to play some fire music. And let's start off with, you know who. Let's start off with Team Yahweh or No Way album. Get it on SoundCloud, Spotify, or wherever. Get the album, download it. It's from Brother Take One. This is a song on that album. It's featuring Yazan, Landon, myself, the realist and the visionary, D-Nice, and Brother Cal, also known as Amias. So, let's get it popping, and I'll be right back.
In the mix. You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Here we are back again, about to drop some facts again. Yahweh's word spreads like a vicious net for capturing those with an ear to listen, those who paid attention, those who stand bold like a soldier with their convictions, not quick to fold or throw in the towel when under pressure. They walk it like they talk it, they live the message, but depression's what most folks are facing. They got the vaccination, we in zombie land, pretty soon we gon' have to dance. Better keep that sword in your body, fam, cause this far from the game, Babylon will bring down and blame. Some deaths are better off real slow, so you can witness the pain. You tortured slaves, 400 plus years of pain, hung brothers up in the trees, swinging for days and days. Now this is your end of days, you looking so disarrayed. Try to cover your ears, but the truth still gon' penetrate. The hatred is strong, but races still want to imitate and integrate. Only Yahweh's chosen holy nation can ever be this great.
Yahweh's amazing. Before I eat, I'm saying my graces. I pray for knowledge and wisdom and peace. We dwell in greatness. 144,000 frequencies and vibrations. So don't give me amp. Go take a hike and camp like concentrations. Pull up my pants and send my genes to elevate genetics. I'm concentrating, no recess to dominate recessives. No car insurance, the way I swerve, they be like impressive. Stephanie Courtney know my flow is looking more progressive. My aura is a network full of awareness and gifts like Aura, the informationalist. Shout out my brother, Take One. All these chances in life, don't hesitate. hesitate and wait to take one. We are the true Jews, about to take off. Hitler knows we don't play soft. I pull up and let like 8 off. Watch a demon head splatter, give me back my platter that y'all just ate off.
Yo, remember what we talked about building something special as 1/3? Well, I feel like we're finally here. A righteous Wall Street, bro. Yes, sir, let's get it.
All praise to the Most High, this is only the beginning. Righteously preparing, raising our awareness. No social engineering, just faithful forbearing. Salute to those faith in it, kings and queens creating it. That's people awakening, 2/3 be forsaking him. 1/3 keeps on praising him, putting all my faith in him. Most people be faking it, munching on some bacon bits. Ignorance remains in bliss. In this life I came to win. Righteousness I'm living in. Truth is the enlightenment. Yahweh's the embodiment of peace and redefinement. Elohim is in the science, go grown out for lions. Raising the horizons, frequency just heightens. Spirit always brightens, no fear can ever frighten. A man on a mission, living out his visions. Truth to the tradition, gaining all the wisdom. To be freed from the prison, transition with God's mercy. With the early worthy, realist, righteous visionaries.
Too many people live their life in sin. You gotta change your life before the very end. The signs of the times and we know it's coming. But I walk in this light of to and fro, you'll be running. See, I choose to serve Yahweh Elohim instead of pursue a life of finer things. So break free from vanity, iniquity, depravity, to free yourself from death and all calamity. Yeah.
Yahweh's with me, I be walking in my truth. I overcame my struggles, I'm the living proof. The truth's a weapon, just put it to good use. You can hang a lie by the neck, something like a noose. Y'all favor me, the real one, cause I'm a visionary. Committed to the truth, it's supposed to lies like a visionary. Tell them that the world that we live in is fucking crazy, so don't be moving shady. Y'all's protecting his people.
The world is trying to back me up against the wall like a cat. Guess what? I'm clawing out of that. Big facts. Guarantee no pussies over here. When it all goes down, I'm negating all fear. You hear? Lend me your ear like a homeless man asking for $1. The irony in that 2/3 are going to holler, cause it's not gonna work shit. You're dead. Put your body in the ditch if your ass cannot handle it. The elite is playing with us. Call it Squid Games. You decide if you want your brains falling on your lap and let the rats eat it. Just to be safe, no honor in that. I'd rather be with killers that spit facts. You would never see me selling my ass for some cash. Hollywood is gonna burn down and crash. I'm a bit excited about this. No tear dropping when it really ends. It's going to hit like Goku fists. The demons cannot block this.
Ain't it funny how we went from whips and chains? Now the only thing we sing about is our whips and platinum chains. Instead of seeking the Most High, they rather seek the fame. So what's changed? They tried voting, they tried marching, and a damn thing changed. We still got burned and hung from a tree. Now you want to be a Mason of the 33rd degree. Yahweh never died on a cross, he died on a tree. So what's changed? I tell you what's changed. Now we know the truth. Hebrews are the chosen people, and Judah is the proof. Shalom, Barakatah, and salute.
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Every day I'm working, every day I'm praying, every day I'm grinding, chances that I'm taking, walking out on faith, yeah, fuck what they saying, cause we winning, oh man, here we go again. Niggas mad again, cause we changed, elevated, renovated the house within ourselves, kicked them out like Pam, slammed the door, never again let anybody in. Tryna rob me of my energy, call them out suddenly, losing memory. Hate it when you keep it real, know it's such a tough pill. Gotta deal, what's the deal? The world we living in is full of shit. Right there, can't even think, niggas weak, women street. Everybody envy, everything, all likes, all views, with no reality. Everybody fake, claiming they awake. When's the last time you prayed? Or helped somebody out when it wasn't for the clout? Yeah, I'll never make millions, my soul I never sell. To get it, I'll praise to Yah. Every single day I'm growing, hallelujah. Separate myself from them. No, I cannot quit. Yeah, I gotta win. Praise Yah till the end. I'ma keep on working. I'ma keep on grinding. Every day I'm working. Every day I'm praying. Every day I'm grinding. Chances that I'm taking. Walking out on faith, yeah. Fuck what they saying. Cause we winning, we winning. I'll praise to Yah. Every day I'm praying. I'll praise to Yah. Every single day I'm growing, hallelujah. Walking out on faith, yeah. I'll praise to Yah. I'll praise to Yah. Every single day I'm growing, hallelujah.
Sticking to the man, revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. It ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore. They gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Get up out my way, I'm coming through with the squad. I could never lose cause I'm moving with God. Fight the power, Mr. Man, gonna ruin us all. But there's too many of us and we all true to the cause. Che Guevara in my starter, rage against the machine. Fight the power, take tomorrow back and wipe the slate clean. We ain't gon' cower to these cowards, we gon' stand for what's right. Get hype in this mug while we spreading the light. Where my soldiers at? Get it going, we gon' show them we ain't cheap. Yo, it's over, overthrow they ass. Let them know you mad, bring it to them right where they stay. Don't trip, take the chip, love wins at the end of the day. Sticking to the man, sticking to the man. Revolutionary, getting litty with the fan. Yeah, I be on my grizzy, getting busy for the plan. It ask me why I did it, yo, I did it cause I can't. Nothing gonna stop me, finna hit them till they can't take it anymore. They gon' give us all the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. I'ma rage till I die, cause this is who I am. Fat cats eating while the rest of us starve. We can't have that, fed up, get ready for war. Can't have fast revolution doing the most. We won't go quiet, don't listen to us, you told. We done playing with you, it ain't a game, yo, we making history. Read, baby, fuck the fame, I wanna change the system. Break your prison, got the key for the lock. Won't stop till we free and my people on top. On God, homie, is you really with us or what? You bout make a decision, get busy living, so out for the real things. You are what you do, who are you? I'm definitely and I came to rule. Sticking to the man, sticking to the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. Youth gon' rise up, sticking to the man. Run up in the Senate, niggas, ice. Think you getting over on us, but you not. The system has been rigged, the government's been bought. The house don't represent us, it represents the ops. Stand with standing by, take the man right out. God damn it, we ain't having what you handing out. We want clean air, clean food, water. A future for our kids, bitch, this a new order. Tear down the wall, love is for all. Death to the man in the system we call. Freedom ain't free if you can't breathe. Real people stay woke, we ain't gon' sleep. Get it crackin', packin' activism. A full clip, show them crackers, we ain't having all that bullshit. The aristocracy is gonna share starting now. Stick it to the man, pull the trigger. Wow, stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man.
Stick it to the motherfucking man.
Even the king allows himself to hope for more than glory. Such mad hope. But there it is. Against Asia's endless hordes, against all odds, we can do it. We can hold the hot gates. We can win.
Yeah. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Even though this is a Testament Thursday makeup show, and I got a testament. This is a Happy Sabbath show now. And I want to give a shout out to all the brothers and sisters that are doing the right thing, because it's the right thing to do. And shout outs to all my entrepreneurs, not giving a fuck what anybody's got to say, and doing it better than most. Your time is coming. Stay resilient and persistent, and good things are gonna come. The proof is in the pudding, baby.
My crown I can't lose, Yahweh I choose. Allergic to the wicked, it makes me go at you. Remember when I was hurting, broken without you? I was searching for something higher than the words of pools. Behold, you led me to Yasha al-Karal, liberated from believing the name was Jesus and God. Here I am, years later, still pushing hard. You never left my side, homies, wherever you are, holding on. But dear life, the old me's long gone, but residuals of the individual prolongs. But I'm still here, demons I'm fencing, holding up my defenses on guard. I'll be a goner if it weren't for you, oh Elohim, King of Kings, Alpha Omega, first and last, creator of everything. Forever your name reigns supreme.
That's all it takes to know that you will guide my path. Open doors, make a way, because you and the love you have for me is clearly shown. It's not the praises of man, it's the works of your hand. I know that I'm not alone.
Shalom, walking in life under the dome. So much chaos in the world going on. If you ever had doubt that made you feel alone, remember that the Most High watching from the throne. Since my younger days, I was trying to buck up, took the wrong path, and I remember when I fucked up, running with police and the thought of being cuffed up, trying to give me 5 years like tough luck. Calls from jail, no one picking up the phone. Pops funny answer, yo, you on your own. Feelings betray me like damn, I'm alone. The past was laid out that the Most High shown. Finally, I was going home. Universal rap, high frequency tone. 1/3 with like a pick a bone. Wait for the day for Yah to bring us home.
That's all it takes to know that you will guide my path. Open doors, make a way, because you and the love you have for me is clearly shown. It's not the praises of man, it's the works of your hand. I know that I'm not alone.
Shout outs to all my peoples throughout the US and throughout all the countries that support the network of awareness. The proof is in the pudding. And I can't forget my Ibanos, my peoples that speak Spanish around the world. Gracias a toda la gente que soporta el network de awareness en Estados Unidos y todo el mundo. Gracias por soportarnos. And speaking of the NYC, let's get Lou Mora and Silver in here. Shout outs to my brother Lincoln. Let's go.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Low kick.
In the mix.
I got the 9 on me. Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me. It's time to ride or die, homie. Yeah, it's time to
be aware and prepared, people. Let's go.
This how we survive, homie. Yeah, this how we survive, homie. That's why I keep the 9 on me. Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me. This word is for the wise, either ride or you gon' die. It's the blind leading the blind. We've been fighting for our rights, now we fighting for our life. Still no light I see inside, but I see the light inside and pray I don't go out my mind. I got a 9 in my hand and a couple of bullets. All I need is a reason for me to load it and pull it. There goes one in the shoulder, another one in the leg. Gotta finish the job and put another one in his head. I was told it's him or me, I'ma live to see another day. Killer do the killing, I don't see it any other way. People do the talking, I don't care what motherfuckers say. Keep your soul social distance or you getting blown the fuck away. No more Mr. Nice Guy, I gotta be the bad boy. I'm on high alert, I got all of you niggas paranoid. I'm way too much at peace for you to ever bother mine. That's the bottom line, cause we all live in them borrowed times. The 9 on me. Chill. Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me. It's time to ride or die, homie. Yeah, it's time to ride or die, homie. Man, this how we survive, homie. Yeah, this how we survive, homie. That's why I keep the 9 on me. Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me. Do or die till I die, homie. I leave a nigga paralyzed, homie. What you know about the 9 on me? With that 45, feel like plies, homie. I look up at the sky like I'm the guy, homie. Got him grinding off the muscle you supply for me. What you know about your bestie trying to ride on you? I ain't never tell, bitch, I define loyal. That type of other shit just make my blood boil you. How you hate me after all the shit I done for you? Now I'm forced to get my head right, but that's kinda hard with you to dodge death twice. Respect life, but this ain't a show, I'm dead nice. I'm the one that could bring us to the next fight. Shed light over everything bad, I'm the one with a gun, it's a tech bite.
Yeah, Oxakai, or take one. There's only a mad time for this happen. We about to hit you some bars to resonate with your soul. Bar Smiths, let's go. Let me talk my shit. American dream is nothing more but a mirage to keep you enslaved, controlled by the synagogues. They gave us a white man with blue eyes, called him God. Malcolm X started to learn before he sabotaged the truth that Muhammad Elijah was a fraud. The whole Islam nation, nothing but a facade. You industry niggas is nothing but some cheap rods. Riding them balls of Satan, giving his dick a massage. Americans Babylon, hidden in camouflage. Brotherhood recruitment and Masonic lodge. Triple scoops of the cold truth, that's how them dies. Taking shots that even Neil can't dodge. Landing the eagle, robbing you for your morals, promoting care and evil. Heavily surveillance that every camera can see. GMO processing everything that they feed you. Wicked ways to the world is hidden.
Thank God I'm alive. This world's so empty, I need you with me everywhere I go. I'm fighting day by day and night, hope you can spare my soul.
There is no world trade, now the world trades in pain. Is this an accident? It's one simple and strange, we trapped in it. Perhaps a tragic tactic to form that makes this a sanction. Internet interactions, following your bad habits. No matter how much you making, they always got their eye on it. It's evident the government don't want a peasant resident become activist artists who owns business or residence. Cause sooner or later, we're residing right next to them, controlling your next of kin, teaching them the world of sin. They only learn the worst of it, every kid equipped with barcodes and biochips. Slowly we accepted it, pretending it's benefiting. But now they wanna know what you be heading and what you're getting and selling. Cause in Armageddon, Big Brother is overprotected. So you always say yes to him, he wants to be respected. When our service has expired, he'll get tired and we all be irrelevant.
Thank God I'm alive. This world's so empty, I need you with me everywhere I go. I'm fighting day by day and night, hope you can spare my soul.
Hey, on the surface he's grinding, but deep inside he's crying, trying to keep his eyes on the prize to keep the Messiah smiling. All stacked against him, he leans on Yah to not fall to violence. And when he call on Yah, Yah responds with such flawless timing. His environment's filled with zombies, it's not the brightest. Finding ways to escape this place, he gets lost with rhyming. Using his gift to uplift, but also constant reminder that somewhere someone needs his songs to give all praise to Yahweh.
Don't worry, just don't worry. Yahweh and Yahweh's gonna bring us home.
Hey, got the heart of a lion, armor all on his body. This shoot's the hardest thing ever, but still he costs the mileage. Deep in the trenches where wickedness prospers all the time. It's like the good gets punished just for doing what is smart and righteous. As the stars are aligning, Yahweh's calling his finest. All united, not divided. Tough road, but I think I'm alive.
Thank God I'm alive. This world's so empty, I need you with me everywhere I go. I'm fighting day by day and
spare my soul.
Demon Slayer. Take one.
Shout outs to Demon Slayer. Soon we'll be on the Network of Awareness. Don't want to miss that interview.
All praise Yahweh.
Yahweh Elohim is the only one I need. Dedicating all my life to the King. He's the one who's got the plan. Everything is in his hands. From the womb he knew what I'd be. Getting stronger by the day as I keep my faith up. I done felt a lot of pain, still I keep my faith up. Ain't got no time to chill, cause it's a battle to the finish. Salvation is the goal, I'm gonna get it.
Just watch me.
Best foot forward, never thought I'd ever walk the walk. Truth's like walking a fine line, while holding a ball you can't drop. Loops and turns, you live and you learn. The Most High already got you reserved. Just gotta keep fighting, move with surge. Doing the work is my only concern. My plate's full cause I'm hungry to win. Tough life, yeah, but I won't just give in. Head held high, shoulders to the back. My faith is like a title, I gotta defend. And I can't lose it, nah, I gotta keep winning. Gotta keep it strong, always lead with it. Yeah, this battle's long, but I ain't even winded. When you walk with Yah, no need to replenish. If you looking for a place to keep your trust, Yahweh's got your back, baby, he's the one. From start to finish, ain't gonna leave you stuck. A man can help you up, but still he's corrupt. Can't trust him, gotta give the will to Yah. From coast to coast, he knows where you are. When demons lurking, trying to get you lost, the Holy Ghost is all you need to call.
Yahweh Elohim is the only one I need. Dedicating all my life to the King. He's the one who's got the plan. Everything is in his hands. From the womb he knew what I'd be. Getting stronger by the day as I keep my faith up. I done felt a lot of pain, still I keep my faith up. Ain't got no time to chill, cause it's a battle to the finish. Salvation is the goal, I'm gonna get it.
Just watch me. My soul is so close, I'm feeling that hope. I feel my mind walking on the road. I feel my heart going to that road. Feel my soul, it got hope. I feel my soul. So is you really gonna let the flesh take you over, or you gonna fight it on? I be feeling like I'm drowning. I was drowning, but now I'm looking up and I see a lot. Yeah, I see the stars. I feel the light when I look upon. Seeing things I ain't never seen when I pray to the Most High God. I'm seeing these visions, I'm feeling these dreams. I'm feeling the word, I feel it with speed. He quickened me when I was so lonely. He listened to me when I was so broken. He fixing to me all the broken pieces stabbing at me. So when you feel like giving up, just know he gave us a second chance. So repent while you can.
Yahweh Elohim is the only one I need. Dedicating all my life to the King. He's the one who's got the plan. Everything is in his hands. From the womb he knew what I'd be. Getting stronger by the day as I keep my faith up. I done felt a lot of pain, still I keep my faith up. Ain't got no time to chill, cause it's a battle to the finish. Salvation is the goal, I'm gonna get it.
Just watch me.
I need to get right. I need to get right.
Alright, the informationalist.
All right. So we are back. This is episode 35. Proof is in the pudding. This is a makeup show on a Saturday. So happy Sabbath to all the brothers and sisters. Happy weekend to all the people enjoying this summer vacation and, you know, spending time with the people they care about and doing things that are fun and recreational during this time like people do. this is fun for me. That's why I'm doing it on a Saturday. It's also to make up for the show that I missed. And this show is all about just recognizing what is real and what is not, and being supportive to that which is real opposed to that which is not. And now that we have more people in the chat room, let me reiterate on this. Shout outs to Mr. Webb. Shout outs to Alkaline J. Shout outs to Sister Antoinette. Shout outs to Brother Cook from Allure Beauty Abundance and from King's Grew. Definitely check out Allure Beauty Abundance, people that are listening. The brother's got a 30% off sale. Take advantage of it. Also, can't forget Sister Antoinette. Matter of fact, let's show Sister Antoinette some love today. And definitely get Sister Antoinette's Love Thy Nature products, right?
Time to get your hands on these products. Made with love by Antoinette Thomas. Love thy nature, warm vibrations. Click the link and you'll be astonished. Products for the ladies, products for the fellas. Just take your pick, it'll only make you better. Lavender bath salts and body butters. Got scented candles and body scrub for the ladies. You got melanin lips, guarantee you won't find a product better than this. Affordable prices, can't beat them, join them. Won't be disappointed when you choose to shop with a Hebrew queen. What you waiting on? Type it in, www.joinerestbodybutters.com.
Let's go. So what I wanted to reiterate on is I definitely appreciate the people that support me, support this network since June of 2020. And even though there's been a lot of censorship that is still affecting my digital growth, so to speak, in the podcast arena, we still here with no fear, baby. And we still got people supporting. So we're just going to overcome the wickedness. And the way we do that is we do something that's a little bit more private. And that's why networkofawareness.tv is going to be the place to be when it comes to being uncensored. I want to thank the people that follow me in this chat room consistently, because you're the types of people, what is the emphasis and basis of the show is that we have to support the people that support us. Because if we support the people that support us, we're going to grow in whatever we do. If we focus on supporting people that don't really support us, then we're not going to really grow and we'll be stagnant. And that's the whole basis of this. And I want to thank everybody that's been consistently supporting me for over a year now. Because I really started taking this seriously. I've really been podcasting seriously for 18 months. But even though I wasn't podcasting seriously for the first 6 months, my content was real fucking serious. So if you've never gotten to listen to the first 60 or 50 shows that I did, definitely check them out. Some of the audio might be fucked up because, I was going through my learning curve in getting different types of equipment and learning how to use it and all that good stuff when it came to broadcasting. But because I always had that stuff set up for me, so I never had to do that. That's one of the reasons why I had to learn on my own, because when I used to do it on a radio station, it was all set up. I didn't have to do shit. That we had tech guys that did all that shit. But if you listen to those shows, there's a lot of shit in there. And what I feel so grateful, and shout outs to the people that constantly are creating, is that, I feel so grateful to be able to create consistent content that is thought-provoking and meaningful, from title to show to durations of shows, and filling up the air with meaningful dialogue, or not even just dialogue, meaningful speech that is impacting people. And some people say that's a hard thing to do, and to a certain degree it is, but to a certain degree it's not for me because I'm filled with a lot of this. And a lot of it is because I wasted a lot of time on my life feeling sorry for myself. So during that time, I really wasn't doing anything. I was absorbing a lot, but I wasn't releasing a lot of what's in me, what's compelled in the spirit, what the Most High put in me. I was very stagnant in my purpose. I was very non-active. And one of the things that I want to put emphasis on is just when you're creating, be creative. You know, you got to make sure that you're staying, like you're constantly elevating with information, with product, with whatever it is you do. Constantly be giving the people something new and innovative, something, something to where it's like, oh shit, I didn't know that, or that's amazing, because if not, it becomes like what they say with that broken record type of deal, that cliche saying, it becomes more like a broken record. But there are times when you've been doing certain things for a long time where you have to reiterate on certain things because you may have new listeners and new people coming into a particular business that is learning from the ground up. So certain things have to be repeated as far as the fundamentals and stuff like that. But still, you want to be innovative in how you are progressing in whatever venture that you're doing. Now, back to what I was saying about the chat room is that your level of consistency has been very uplifting for me, because I'm just starting to see that, there's either going to be people that support you or don't. And a lot of times when people don't support you, there's usually some animosity or there's something that's a disconnect. But what I've come to realize, and shout outs to Chronicle of Judah 144. Me and Brother Oxakai love the brother. Been checking his content out on YouTube a long time ago. He's now on Patreon. But I always give props where props is due. I say shout outs to Chronicles of Judah 144 because something he talked about where he says certain spiritual energies are just not gonna, certain energies within people are just not gonna mix for whatever reason. There's just something there where it's never going to mesh for whatever reason. It's just not. It's just something there where the two spiritual forces cannot come together, And we all know that in numbers, we become more powerful, right? I mean, that's what the so-called white man in America that runs this country. And when it came to racism, I mean, that was the driving force, is to make sure that these people never unite and come together and join forces to become a one unified force. And I see it in modern day. It's like the fucking division train is still chewing. And it is what it is. And that's why we have to recognize that which is and isn't, and understand that certain energies are just not going to mesh. There's always going to be some type of deterrent or resistance to where it's not going to mesh, to its greatest potential. And that's one thing that I learned from listening to Chronicles of Judah back in the days, that he's right. There's just certain energies, for whatever reason, they just don't mesh. And no matter how much you try to bring these energies together, for some reason, there is no electromagnetic force that combines the protons and neutrons to come together as one. And sometimes you just have to realize that is what it is, and not simplify it to, or not designate it to one thing, and just realize it for that and what it is and keep it moving. And I've seen this throughout my life. This is not something that just happened to me. This is something that's been going on for a long time. Long time. That's why I'm able to recognize it when it's happening. And a lot of times, like I mentioned on my IG live, is that, brothers and sisters, we can be in denial. It happens with our family. It happens with our friends. It happens with people that we love and care about. It happens with so many different scenarios within life, whether it be work-related, community-related, whatever it is. We are in situations at times where there's somebody that is not supportive of us. And their actions prove it. And everybody else can see it, but you can't. And then you keep saying to yourself, nah, that's not what it is. That's not the case here. And then it's almost like you stay in denial. But then there's a pattern of events that are constantly bringing validity to that very truth. And then it comes a point where you have to wake the fuck up, so to speak, and be like, okay, I guess this is what it is. I can't deny it no more. It is true. When you come to that understanding, people, because I know a lot of you have either been there or might be going through it, just choose to be supportive and choose to focus your attention on the very energy that is uplifting to your spirit. Do not support the type of energy that will be conflicting to your spirit. And when it comes to people, it's the same thing, because people carry certain energies with them. Even if they smile or don't smile, they carry certain energies, and you have to be careful on who you sharing that energy with, because that energy is not going to be reciprocated. And when the energy is not reciprocated, it creates a very unstable balance. It creates everything to be unbalanced in the way things are flowing. And you need things to be balanced, especially when it comes to who you're sharing your energy with. There has to be a balance. Even in relationships, right? For those people that are in relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, there has to be a balance of energy that's being distributed and received in order for that relationship to proceed and succeed in a healthy manner. That is just universal 101 principles from the Most High. And the proof is in the pudding. Why? What does that statement mean? The proof is in the pudding. It means that the proof is in there. Matter of fact, I didn't get to do this earlier, so I'm going to try to do it now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type, because this is what you call, forgot what it's called. It's a certain type of saying. It's an American saying, right? And I'm going to look it up just to see what Google has to say about it. So I'm looking up proof in the pudding meaning. It says generally the expression, there it goes, it's an expression. It says generally the expressions are used to say the real worth, success, or effectiveness of something can only be determined by putting it to the test, by trying or using it, appearance and promises aside, just as the best test of a pudding is to eat it. Woo! Hello. Oh, man, that's a little joke that me and Letta know. But hello, like that says it all right there. I'll read it again. It's an expression that is used to say that the real worth, success, or effectiveness of something can only be determined by putting it to the test, trying or using it, appearances and promises aside. And I like the end of the statement, appearance and promises aside, because appearances is what I'm talking about when it comes to those people who are not supportive of what you're doing. They give the appearance that they are, but they are not putting it to the test. They're not trying your shit, and they're not using your shit. Sound familiar? And that's why it's important when doing business, building relationships, doing anything that comes to some form of building or something that you're looking to build and quantify. You have to build with that which is supportive and strengthens what you're building. You got to use your favors to work through the curses, and you got to use your strengths to strengthen your weaknesses. And you got to support those who support you wholeheartedly, because that's going to help you grow. It's that simple. And I feel like this is a coaching session in business, because this is a lot of the information I'm sharing I learned from doing business in corporate America and the United Serpents of America in the insurance industry. I learned a lot of things in the insurance industry, a shitload of things. But some of the things I was already aware of, I just got more in depth into it. This is a session, this particular episode is to remind you that your energy really has to be valued. You have to, matter of fact, how much do you value your energy is the question. And then depending on how much you value that which you bring forth will determine on who you're giving that energy to. That's what proof in the pudding is, because the proof is always going to be in the pudding with whatever we do or we appear to be doing. So appearances are very vague, right? Because things just appear to be something. Doesn't mean that it actually is. Opposed to the one that actually is and is doing it. I hope this is making some sense. I hope this is giving people something to think about on this beautiful Saturday, right? Let's take another brief intermission. There's another song I want to play, and then I'll be right back.
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
Down, 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 it all comes. Down, down, down.
In the mix.
In the mix. In the mix. In the mix. It goes all the way. It goes all the way. Crashing down, crashing down.
It all goes left before it goes right, but that's life, so you know how it goes, right? Tell you I done been through the mud and the dark nights. Always had a flow, but I've been through the bar fights. Not a big dog, but I got a big bite. Always been fly, I've been known to take flight. Learned all my lessons, never make mistakes twice. Never dim my shine, cause I've always been bright. Always been nice with the hand, so I know how to break a nigga down. Just in case a nigga come around, I'm ready. Once you get a nigga mental in that zone, I'm deadly. That's why I prefer to be left alone. You can't really tame a beast that is meant to roam feast. As long as my heart beats like a metronome. Graduated from the streets with a cap and gown. Even I know what goes up will come crashing down.
Down, 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 it all comes. Down, 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 it all comes. Down, 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 it goes all the way. It goes all the way. It goes all the way. Crashing down, crashing down.
Have you hated or ever been hated on? Watch how I debate this while I go and play the song. Am I wrong or am I right? While I'm writing, see it was written. Ha, I knock him out like I was Tyson. Ain't no tie, son, I've been down, down. See, I've been spitting for a minute. I am different, I'm the one. They say I'm gifted. I just want the big money to go and match the lyrics. Ha, and then you crash, burn, feeling like life cheated you from your last turn. Feeling like I was a bad sperm from the ex, bugging with the heat, yeah, mash burn. They notice the way I talk. I think they really hate me cause they know I'm from New York. I adolescent and caught. I swear I made it a sport. A Bronx nigga for sure. Spiraling down, I fuck out of here.
Down, down, it all comes. Down, 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 it all comes. Down, 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 it goes all the way. It goes all the way. It goes all the way. Crashing down, crashing down.
All right. Brief intermission real quick. So, brothers and sisters, I just want to make some final comments and then I'm going to wrap the show up. And that way, for those that did get to tune in for however long and those that are still on, I appreciate you taking time out the weekend to listen to the show. For all those, for all the people that are listening around the world and going to be downloading the show, be aware, be aware of how you distribute your energy. Be aware of who you give it to, and be aware of how the energy that you're sharing and how is it that it is being received and how it's coming back to you. And then move forward from there. And for all the people that want to grow in whatever relationship or venture or anything that they are trying to build from the ground up, pay attention to your go-to clients. Pay attention to those clients. Pay attention to the clients that are going to give you a lot of referrals. The people that are going to support you 110%. Pay attention to those people because that's how you build your business. You don't build your business with the one-time shopper or the one-time person or the no-time person or the some of the time person or the appearance of things person. All those people are not going to help you to build your business or whatever it is that you are trying to build within a relationship, within anything. Why? Because the proof is always going to be in the pudding, people. The proof is always going to be in the pudding. And it's that energy that's either going to have the results in their actions, and then there's the ones that don't have results because there is no action. All right? So I want to say that I really appreciate everybody who's been supportive and is the epitome of what proof in the pudding means. And we're going to keep making it happen. We're going to keep growing as a force. And we're early. This is just the beginning of the network of awareness. And for as long as this country is going to be around, if it doesn't even get to exist anymore and I get to do the network of awareness from South America, then shit, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do this shit for as long as I possibly can until the Most High says it's over, because the Most High is what's guiding all of this. So I just want to thank everybody who's been supportive of this network, and we are growing, baby. It's all about awareness. Awareness is everything. So with that being said, there's no reason to look for the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Because the light is and always will be within you. So light up the tunnel and find your way through the darkness. When you live in the present, there's always an opportunity for a new beginning, people. So be present. Be present in your opportunities. Be present in how you exert your valuable spiritual essence and energy wherever you go. Be circumspect and use a lot of discernment when giving out your energy, and allow yourself to grow by getting out of your own way and allowing Yahweh. This is already informationless, saying peace, love, and light, and barakatah. Love y'all all. Be safe out there this weekend.